All right, so greetings, beloveds. I'm Phoenix Nadi, and I want to give you guys a sample of what our Lunar Reiki includes. Now, of course, you would have a Reiki session for the collective, and then we will go forward with unlocking some of the mystery that may be abound. So, we are in the full moon in Aries, okay? And so this is a fiery climax approaches, which is the sentiment about this energy that we are dealing with. So it's pretty much time to see if you've been a little bit too much, me, all about yourself. So there's a tug of war that's going on between what you want and what someone else wants, but you'll have to wait a little bit, a little while you see what's going on to see what's going to happen next. As you wait, you want to ask yourself if you've been, handling the situation as sensitively as you could. If you know deep down that you've been a little rash or harsh, you may have gone too fast or overstepped the mark a little bit, or maybe even just overstepped your boundaries, then you're going to have to accept that on some level you've created that situation yourself, which means you can create your way out of it too. So when this card is shown, when it comes up, it's a peek. It's a peek to see what's coming. So just know that whatever it is, it could be a very fiery situation, okay? So with this card, you want to begin to attune to the moon, okay? Because this is the energy that we're in. We're in this full moon of Aries energy. So you want to be nice, be kind, smile, and be polite as you navigate to where you want to be. So you know how they say kill them with kindness. Well, that's the sentiment of this card today in this energy. I want you to remember that there are stronger aspects of ourselves that will put us in a place where we can be more comfortable, be more at ease, be more nice and sweet as we transition into another phase in our lives or another situation that may be occurring. So there are some additional meanings of this card, which is being assertive is good. Just don't ride too roughly over others. If you are in a tense situation, meditate your way to peace. There is peace. No matter what you're going through, whether good or bad, positive or negative, strong or not, there is always a way to find peace. And don't be a baby, okay? Sorry, but this could be the issue. The fact that you are maybe in a woe is me situation where you're looking at what's happening and what's going on, and the only way that you are seeing it is in such a negative light. Do not make yourself out to be the victim. Find your solution because it is there, okay? And you need to have more fun. Fun. So the full moon in Aries is a super fiery time when emotions can run very high. On the upside, there's excitement, right, about what may lie ahead, but tempers are likely to flare with rash comments and or decisions, okay? No matter when you pull this card, it signals that the situation has just or is about to come to a peak, perhaps in a rather heated way. There could be a price to pay if you have been too competitive or too blunt. So remember that sometimes tough love just has to be done in a way where it's direct, yes, most definitely direct, but also in a way where there is understanding, okay? Aries is a very, very feisty sign. Aries really likes to be engulfed really in conflict, and so you want to make sure that you're taking a different approach to the conflict or the things that are happening in your life that are just a little bit more rash than usual. All right, so this is the main card that was pulled for today's energy. Adjustments are required, and this is the third quarter moon. Adjustments are required, okay? So yeah, while we're dealing with those types of energies um, where we do have to deal with conflict, or we have to deal with the way that we approach that conflict, we also need to check ourselves sometimes, you know, look in the mirror, see if maybe we're doing this a little bit too harsh this time, maybe a little too different this time. We want to make sure that um, we are you know, in that place where we're checking ourselves and making sure that our energy is right. So when you attune to the moon with this card, you want to say, I am re-evaluating the situation, okay? Re-evaluate your situations and your happenings. Your life may be out of balance, and this may be caused by your personal issues, or just how you feel and how you're um, taking on certain energies and situations. Remember that you don't have to take on everybody else's situation. Sometimes what you're dealing with is what needs the focus at that time. All right. It may be time to hatch a whole new plan. So sometimes, yeah, when you get to that moment that we may be in right now with this energy, after we begin to adjust ourselves, look at what's going on in our lives and how we're viewing a situation, and then maybe we do need to plan something a little differently. Maybe it's not flowing in the way that you may want it to flow, but maybe it is time to do something a little bit different, okay? Something new or exciting is around the corner. So be open to receive that newness that is coming from your adjustment today, from your reevaluating, from you looking at your current situation and the happenings around you. And, you know, make room, make space for whatever it is that's new that's coming along that you're able to usher in. And then you want to trust, or your trust may be required to move this situation forward. So maybe you do need to take a look in the mirror and trust yourself and go ahead and take a leap of faith into whatever that newness may be, whatever that newness is. So at the time of the third quarter moon, we know where we have been, okay? But where are we going? The moon is now a half moon and slipping away from us as she catches less and less light. Moving forward, her full disappearance at new moon is a time of falling away and a time to reevaluate. No matter when you draw this card, the teaching is to release and to trust. And so that's awesome. That also ties into the fact that we are in a full moon, which is full right now, right? It's full. Everything that we have been working on, everything that we have been wanting to manifest is in this full moon now, and we're in a place where we can go ahead, evaluate what's been going on, and we can decide what needs to be taken away, what needs to be pulled away, so that we can usher in that newness from us taking that moment to readjust and to reevaluate our situation. All right, and so we'll move this one on over here. And so the next card that was available for us is the full moon in Aries. Show the world the real you. I'm sorry, Aquarius. Full moon in Aquarius. Show the world the real you. Now, usually this many cards does not come out. However, I feel that this was what was meant, and so I follow what Spirit has placed for us through the cards. And so, as it pertains to the rest of the cards that we have, show the world the real you. Once you go through and you reevaluate and you determine what it is that you need to release, what it is that you need to let go, you're able now to be the real you. You're able now to let your light shine, right? You're now able to navigate the waters and you know, become you. So I look at this as a rebirth, and in conjunction with the other two cards, this is a moment of being reborn through the waters, the primordial waters, so that you can come out anew. And hopefully this would be the true you, the real you that you want the world to see. So you want to attune to the moon, be aware of your feelings, but also be prepared to move on, okay? So in this situation, you are going to feel, you are going to have moments of uncertainty when you're trying to decipher what that next move is, what that next step is, as you reevaluate yourself, okay? In that moment, you'll be able to prepare yourself for that new thing that is coming. You'll be able to fully focus on the next phase and the next step. Remember, your emotions are valid, so take note of them. Realize what they are, what they mean, and what they're there for. Take them and put them in their proper place and use them in their proper context. Use them to elevate yourself so that you can move on. Other meanings is don't lose the beauty and romance of life, okay? Even though we go through things and we struggle, even though we look at ourselves and have to check ourselves sometimes, remember that there is always, always a wonderful, beautiful lesson in everything that we encounter and everything that we do. So never give up, focus on yourself. All right. So a friend needs you. Be there for them. Someone may actually be in this place where they're feeling overly emotional and they just need someone to speak to, someone to talk to, a shoulder to cry on, or something like that. Don't be afraid to be that for your loved ones, for your friends, but also for yourself. It may be you. Don't neglect that feeling that you have. Love on you. Self-love is the best love, right? So use that to help you get through these moments so you can evaluate and move on, press on forward. A situation is going to take a very unexpected turn, negative or positively. Either way it goes, follow suit. See what the lesson in this is for you so that you can begin to apply it. So you can put it in its proper context when you evaluate yourself. So this is why your emotions are very valid. Make sure that you understand them. Why are they here? Why do you feel this way? And why is this the conclusion that you have, okay? So every full moon is a time to release and let go. But the addition of Aquarius energy to the mixed triplets triples the message, I'm sorry. Aquarius is the opposite of clingy, and pulling this card at any time suggests either you need to let go or someone is thinking they are the ones who need to let go. Okay, perhaps it may be you. What needs to go is the question that you need to ask. What is the right thing to do? Whatever happens next could be highly controversial or unexpected. So understand that when you are birthing things into existence, that anything could possibly happen. You have no idea really of what that outcome is going to be. But again, if you take the time to evaluate your situations, right? Evaluate how you perceive your situations, evaluate your emotions in your situation, and you may be able to decipher where that direction to go, what that new happening, what that new beginning may be for you. All right, we're going to move that on over here to the side. And the last Moonology card that we received was full moon in Cancer. A full moon in Cancer, which is a personal issue reaches resolution. So there it is. It gives you a full, well-rounded explanation for your situation, something to look forward to, that you can reach that point of resolve once you take the time to understand what that situation is, and then begin to reevaluate your part in that situation. Evaluate how you have gotten to the place that you're at, and begin to analyze those emotions that come along with it, and begin to start releasing certain things that you can go ahead and let go. So now you're at a point now where you're going to see the resolution in it. You're going to see the outcome and where this situation may go. And so you want to attune to the moon. It may be best to move towards what you want in a sideways manner, okay? You want to be able to meditate to soothe your heightened emotions. So when you're dealing with those emotions, go within yourself. Go within yourself and find the resolution. Find the answer to why you are feeling the way you're feeling, okay? Don't be clingy, okay? You want to take a moment to yourself. Go ahead and find that place of quiet where you can listen to your thoughts, where you can listen to your meditation and get the clarity that you are seeking. So you want to also, connect with those who have your best interests at heart. So maybe family members or loved ones who see what you're going through, see what's happening, and may have a positive outlook on it for you. But there is always resolve. There's always resolution to the situations and the moments that we have in our lives. And I believe that this is what this reading is telling us today. This reading is telling us to, you know, evaluate the situations that we are going through. And it's okay to feel like you're in a negative place, to feel like you're in such a conflict that you may not be able to get out of. But always remember that there is inner knowing, that there is inner peace, and that there is clarity within ourselves, okay? So when we finally get that chance to go within ourselves, right? To feel our emotions and gain understanding with those emotions, to go ahead and feel them, release them, and let them go, so that we can come to the conclusion that we need to come to bring about resolution and resolve to our situations. All right? So, our next card is our lesson card that I want to bring to you. All right? And that card is growth. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Excuse my children in the background, you guys. Excuse them. Shh. Growth. And this card affirms, I want to expand my consciousness and awareness. Okay? I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. So you are constantly being presented with situations that enable you to develop your inner wisdom and assist you in advancing to higher levels of understanding. The lesson is to be aware of these events and recognize them for what they are. To live a mindful life is not only about respecting and honoring those around you. It is also about recognizing every person and circumstance on your path as a teacher. Okay? So the constant chatter and diversions of life on earth can distract you from the signposts that Spirit has left on your path. Take the time to be aware of the bountiful wisdom that has been laid before you. Acknowledge those gifts and take them to heart as you continue your sojourn in this physical dimension. Don't look for opportunities that you think you need. Instead, be receptive to the opportunities that are given to you. So in this moment, you are put in a place where you are reflecting pretty much upon a situation, a circumstance that may have climaxed into something that's maybe not so what is the word I want to use, not so savory for you. All right, so you're taking that moment to reevaluate, and you're analyzing your emotions, and you're pushing forward, and you're moving on, and you're finding your resolve in your situation, where at this moment you're in a place of growth. You're in a place where you're able to find the message in what you're dealing with. And so with the lessons card, I also dive into the chakras. So with this card, we have the sacral chakra with the orange color that's going on there. This is something that we want to always focus on, our well-being in the situation. We want to look at how we're dealing with the situation. We want to look at how we're handling the situation. We want to make sure that we are not solely falling into a place of into a place where we begin to neglect our feelings, we neglect our emotions, we neglect all of the possible outcomes and the possible resolution or means to an end of what is going on. So we want to honor and respect our body by giving it what it deserves to thrive. The card reads, I want to provide myself with the best of food, exercise, water, relaxation, therapeutic treatments, and thoughts. It also reads, I only consume foods and liquids that were designed by nature to be in my body. I stimulate my body's energy flow with exercise. I make time to rest, as stillness and tranquility are vital to keep my mind and body rejuvenated. So These are the things that we need to keep in mind when we're going through situations. Because again, what happens on the spiritual can manifest on the physical, and what happens on the physical can manifest in the spiritual. So we want to keep our eyes on the prize, and we want to make sure that we are falling in the right um, uh, uh, circumstances and places for our situations and happenings. Okay. And so from there, we also have a lot of, I'm going to say throat chakra going on, because we have blue, the color blue. All right. And this is creative expression. All right. This is our creative expression that we're dealing with here now. And oftentimes when we're in certain types of situations, this is what can help us to come out of what we are dealing with. The creative aspect of what we're dealing with. Okay, so I am committed to sharing and rejuvenating my thoughts. And revealing my thoughts and feelings by being creative in my communication style and using expressive language. Okay, I express myself through talking, singing, all right, citing, laughing, and crying, and through using my creative talents. I consciously use my senses to experience my world more fully. I see, hear, smell, and feel more, and I become more aware of my surroundings, such as the weather, aromas, people, nature, sound, and sights. Okay, so this is pretty much telling us, hey, yeah, when you take that moment to sit with yourself and gain understanding and clarity, use your creativity. Look around you, find out what's in nature that is there to help you, to pick you up, to build you up, to give you that outlook that you may not have felt or seen when dealing with your emotions. All right. So we have purples and lavenders in there. So we're going to deal with the third eye and the crown chakra here in this moment. All right. So with the third eye chakra, with the purples that we see in here, we are dealing with imagination. Okay. Sometimes we box ourselves in and with our emotions where we cannot seem to see as clearly as we want to see. Okay. We may not be able to see the whole outcome of the situation because we're so engulfed in, the analyzing and reevaluating ourselves that may put us in that emotional state where we are dealing with accepting those emotions, moving on and letting them go, so that we can come out of the conflict with clear-sighted resolution. So you want to begin to use your imagination as you create and pursue your dreams, okay, and wishes. So I ask myself, what do I want? Okay, and that helps us to get to that resolution in the situation when we ask ourselves these types of questions, right? So my thoughts create my reality at the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual level. Okay? I use this power to create harmonious relationships between all these levels, right? I imagine the life I would like to have, and I encourage my thoughts to be truthful, wise and discerning. And the quietness of meditation, I see and hear the truth. So this speaks to getting that resolution, finding that answer, to go ahead and be able to get out of that situation on top and in a different understanding and light. All right. So then we have the crown chakra, which is divine intervention. Okay, after you've done your meditation, after you have decided how to flow in and out of what you're dealing with, now you're going to get some insight from your higher self, from your spirit guides, from that which you allow to help assist you on your journey. All right. So divine intervention, I honor a higher power and know that anything is possible. So now you are open to the possibilities of what is being brought to you in this resolution. What are you birthing? What are you birthing into existence? What are you creating, right? I let a higher power have a more active presence in my life, and I know that my life is divinely guided. I surrender to this truth. So now you're in a place where you are letting go. and you are releasing, and you are allowing what's meant for you on a spiritual level, on a much deeper level, come into your life to help you to elevate, to help you to release and let go, to help you clear the slate so that newness that you're getting ready to birth out can come on out in in divine order, divine time, and in spirit and in truth. Okay? I know that I am loved, guided, and protected by a higher source. I am open to seeking guidance in my spiritual quest from a spiritual teacher, master, or guru. This may even be yourself. So when you're in that moment of meditation and you're seeking and you're diving into what that frequency is, what that message may be for you, you're now able to begin to see clearly. You're able now to utilize that clarity that has come forth for you, that has picked you up, taken all your emotion or taken all your emotions, went on and deciphered through them, and now you know exactly what that next step is, exactly what that next moment is, because you are finally tapping into that higher frequency, your higher self, your higher abilities to transmute a somewhat seemingly negative situation or maybe rash situation into something more positive for your growth, all right, and your evolution and your for your next phase and next step in life. All right, so I also pull the rest of the chakra cards so that there is a more well-rounded reading for you. And so we have the heart chakra, which acceptance of self. Okay, it's time to rejuvenate myself by giving myself love. I accept myself the way I am, and I remind myself that I cannot feel any better about life than how I feel about myself. I will not I will not wait a moment longer to accept myself. I honor what my body is asking for, and if I am unsure, I will ask myself, what can I do to be healthier and more balanced than I am now, right? So I dwell upon all that is right in my life, not what is wrong, and I have gratitude. Okay, so that's that moment of acceptance. This is understanding that you are who you are, how you dealt with what you dealt with on a higher level, has now put you in a place of acceptance of self, more so than being so weary about the situation at hand. Now you know how to deal with this and how to move forward. So now you can accept every avenue that has taken place in this moment. I dwell upon all that is right in my life, not what is wrong, and I have gratitude. I accept my life as it is now, and I move forward. I move forward from here. All right? You have your solar plexus, which is the warrior. At this moment where you have finally now grasped the energy and strength with understanding, okay, we got that understanding now. Now you're able to fight your way through the next phase that you're getting ready to embark upon, right? You're able to now accept it and move forward and live in that, right? So I embrace my inner strength, power, and resilience, and I allow myself to shine. I unfold my full potential as an empowered person with a true sense of who I am. I grow in consciousness, and as I overcome and transcend life's challenges, okay, as I overcome and transcend life's challenges, I need the warrior inside me for the journey ahead, and I am courageous in moving forward. You are now ready. You are now ready to go forward in what it is that is meant for you. And so now you have your root chakra, your base. This is independence. You are ready to move forward in what it is that is meant for you. I know what my needs are, and I actively pursue them, knowing that I will be guided and provided for when I put in the effort. So remember that faith without works is dead. You have to put forth the action to make all that needs to manifest for you. I open myself to all possibilities and participate fully in life, okay? Remember who you are. Remember your purpose. Remember the things that you have been wanting to accomplish. Remember that Even though you have gone through all of these steps and everything, your growth has brought you to a place where you know how to gain the clarity, resolution, and resolve that you need for your situations to take place. All right, you know that your spiritual self and your spiritual body is working for you. And so you have to do the works that you need to do on the physical in order for all of these things to work in unison and in synchronicity to bring about that change that you need in your life. All right. I open myself to all possibilities and participate fully in life. I use my imagination and my vision to initiate what I wish for and I pursue it. I am not waiting to be rescued. I am not a victim. I am strong. So that is the chakra analysis for you. And then we have our living Reiki card, understanding. So when you go through all of these things, you finally come to a place of understanding. Okay, if you change your reaction by perhaps being more understanding of the other person's position because you realize their perception of it is different from yours, or feeling less threatened by someone's actions by developing more self-confidence and greater self-esteem, or simply by listening to his or her explanation rather than instantly sounding off, then you'll get a whole new set of reactions from the person around you. So in that moment of conflict, you go through all of these phases of clarity and you allow your higher self to bring you to a place of understanding. This is divine growth. This gives you such a well-rounded explanation as to all of the things that took place, all of the things that you needed to understand, all of the things that you needed to gather together so that you can get that resolve, right? So you can come to that resolution in the happenings that took place. All right? So understand that no matter what you go through, right? No matter what life throws you, there is a moment of clarity. There is a moment of understanding so that you can move forward and go into the next phase of your happenings. So this full moon in Aries is teaching us the process of how to identify, evaluate, release, and let go, resolve our situations, our conflicts, so that we can implement growth and understanding into our lives. How we can take all of these phases of our own existence, all of these phases of ourself, utilize them to help us to gain full understanding of the whole situation. All right? So I hope that you understand exactly the full aspect of what the Lunar Reiki situations are. I'm sorry, not situations, but sessions go. They give you such in-depth information on how to deal with acceptance, deal with conflict, deal with trust, truth, love, growth, anything that you're dealing with in that moment, and it will most definitely speak towards your happenings. And so in this, I send to you all love, peace, harmony, awareness, divine consciousness, and inner peace, inner truth, and inner knowing. Build yourself up. Build yourself up in this moment. Go meditate to yourself. Go out in nature and connect. Ground yourself so that you can gain all of this information in this day. That has been our Lunar Reiki reading, actually, for this full moon in Aries. I hope that you received the message and enjoyed the sample. If you are interested in participating in the new moon Lunar Reiki session, that is available on my website. That is copperchul.com. That's COPPERCHULEL.com. They are available. They are not expensive at all. I'm going to put an option on to where you can receive all that accompanies this session, which will be the Reiki as well as the readings, or you can just participate in the Reiki, or you can just participate in the reading section. So, that is all. I am Phoenix Nadi, the Copper Shaman. Peace and blessings to you all.